Well, hello there, people within the internet, and hello again, I'm TheMBmulti. Welcome to part, I think this is 49 of my Let's Play Doki Doki Blue Skies. In the previous episode we started the Natsuki routes, and now we're doing the festival preparations with Natsuki. Where we do the baking and stuff. It's already Sunday. I've been getting increasingly anxious about Natsuki's upcoming visit. I keep telling myself there's no reason to be nervous, but it doesn't help much. I wonder if she'll act any different when it's just the two of us. Meanwhile, she's been texting me a lot. We sent each other one after exchanging numbers to double check, but it turned into a conversation. She's almost a different person on the phone, using tons of emoji and cute language. She also really likes complaining about things, but I kinda saw that one coming. I meander around the house, anxiously awaiting Natsuki's arrival. Before I know it, she sends a text to let me know she's outside the front door. I don't understand why she couldn't just rang the doorbell, but whatever. I rush over to the door and open it. Triple dot, or quadruple dot. This is a custom song. Well, there are of course custom songs in this mod, because I've already heard a couple of them during the Yuri and Sayori routes, but I didn't expect it this soon. That's what I wanted to say. Hi? My mind goes blank as I completely forget what I was going to greet her with. I'm not sure what I expected, but seeing Natsuki in her casual clothing surprises me. It's such a huge difference from her uniform. With such cute clothing, she almost looks like a different person. Frankly, I'm at a loss for words. Mark, why are you just staring at me? Oh, sorry. Jeez, I just got here. It'll be a long afternoon if you keep acting weird just because you're not used to seeing me out of school. Right. Okay, now move. I'm coming in. I'm coming in hot. Security OZ. I quickly step out of the way as Natsuki walks inside. Over her shoulder, she's carrying a large bag made out of a thick plastic. Is that all the cooking stuff? I point to Natsuki's bag. Yep. I wasn't gonna come all this way just to find you're missing something important. Speaking of important, did you get everything I asked you to get? Natsuki asked me to go out and buy some things if I didn't already have them on hand. Which reminds me. So don't get too mad, but I say that so she might get a bit easier on me when I tell her that I forgot to go shopping. But judging by the look on her face, I doubt it helped. Oh, don't tell me you forgot. Are you kidding me? I know, I'm sorry. What were you doing all weekend that you forgot to go shopping? Well, I was practicing my poem for the festival. Which isn't completely a lie. I did actually spend some time reciting my poem to myself. Natsuki meanwhile looks at me with disbelief. You were practicing your poem? Yeah? Natsuki sighs as her expression softens a bit. Well, I guess I'll give you a pass this time. I expected you to say you were playing video games all weekend. But I don't think you're completely off the hook. We still need those baking supplies if we want to get anything done. Well, I do have some money and it's only like a mile to town. Only a mile. So do you want to just go buy the stuff we need? Well, it's not like we have any other choice. Just so you know, it's not a date or anything. Alright. Natsuki sets her bag down next to the door, and as I head upstairs to retrieve my money. When I come down, I see Natsuki standing in the doorway, her hands on her hips. Come on, dummy, we don't have all day. I'm coming. We both part from my house, and we head towards town. So what kind of cupcakes are we gonna make? Natsuki ponders this for a bit. I'm thinking just normal chocolate cupcakes with vanilla frosting. Oh, okay. But I feel like we should do something special. It is the festival after all. Something special with the cupcakes? Yeah, but like something more than just the flavors. I wanted to have to do with the actual look of the cupcakes. Kinda like those cat cupcakes on my first day, right? Your cat cupcakes on the first day, right? Yeah, exactly. Something related to the look of the cupcakes. Well, it is a literature event. Maybe you could put kanji characters on each one. Like in frosting? Yeah, every cupcake can have a different character on it, and people could choose a cupcake based on which characters they like the most. That's actually not that bad of an idea. Natsuki looks at the ground, seemingly disappointed she didn't come up with that first. Well, do you want to do it? Considering it's the best idea we have, I guess so. Alright then. By now, we finally reached downtown. Natsuki spots a kitchen supply store and we both quickly head towards it. No, this is not the kitchen. This is that little supermarket that I went to with Yuri. That's what this is. Once inside, Natsuki holds her phone up in the front of my face. I've already texted you what we need, so just go off that for your list of supplies to get. Will we need anything special for the characters? Just a smaller frosting nozzle. I'll get that. You just focus on your stuff. Sounds like a plan. Natsuki heads off into a nearby aisle while I pull out my phone. I scroll through my text and eventually find the list she sent me. Well then, let's start with the French vanilla extracts. Within a couple of minutes I find everything on the list. As I place the final ingredients into my basket, Natsuki walks up to me. She dumps her stuff in my basket and walks with me to the register. I hand over my money and before I know it we're already walking back to my house. We arrive quickly and immediately get to work. It only takes about 10 minutes before the entire kitchen is a mess. Utensils, bowls and spilled ingredients cover the countertops. Natsuki has her focus on the cupcakes themselves, while I work on the frosting. Hey, where's the fruit coloring? Still in the bag on the table, why? I'm gonna color the batter different colors so that it looks cooler even if the flavor is still chocolate or vanilla. You think we should do that to the frosting as well? Yeah, sure. I'll give you the food coloring once I'm done. Alright. I've noticed Natsuki has been a lot more calm and friendly towards me ever since we started baking. She's been instructing me on what to do, but it's been more friendly advice rather than a command. The only explanation I've come up with is that cooking puts Natsuki's mind at ease and makes her less hostile. But it's not like that's uncommon. Talking about or doing something they're passionate about puts a smile on anyone's face. Monika with playing the piano, Yuri with reading, Sayori with eating, and Natsuki with baking. Mark, come on, focus! Natsuki's voice interrupts my thoughts. Oh, sorry. I resume stirring the frosting while Natsuki drops the fruit coloring into the batter. Once she's done with that, she scoops the batter into little baking cups and places them in a tray. Preheats to 350. Natsuki mumbles the instructions to herself. Preheat to 350. Natsuki mumbles the instructions to herself as she messes around with the oven. I hear her beep and she walks over to check on my progress. Hey, is the icing good? Natsuki looks at the bowl with a judgmental expression. You're getting there, you just have to... Natsuki takes the whisk from my hands and starts stirring. Really beat the crap out of it. Slap the devil out of it. After a few seconds, I retrieve the whisk from Natsuki and follow in her example. Good, you're a fast learner. Thanks, you're a good teacher. Natsuki's face turns slightly red. Yeah, I am. I chuckle at Natsuki's gloating as she walks back to her workspace. Once the icing is a good consistency, I retrieve the food coloring from Natsuki. Hey, what's where you're putting your hands, dummy? And then but you're getting icing everywhere. Also, by the way, I just remembered that in the previous episode there wasn't that part where she like, oh, were you looking up my skirt? That part wasn't in there, so that's interesting. That they cut that out. In this mod. I don't want you getting icing everywhere. I look down at my hands and realize they're covered in icing. Oh jeez, how did I not notice that? Don't ask me, you're the one who didn't notice his hands were covered in icing. That's literally what I just said. Natsuki looks at me with a smirk. Oh, being smug are we? Well, take that. I wipe my index finger on Natsuki's cheek, leaving a glob of icing behind. Natsuki shoots me a look of both shock and anger. Oh, you didn't. Now it's my turn to be smug. Oh, but I did. Natsuki's face suddenly lights up. Without warning, she dips her finger in the frosting bowl and swipes it across my entire face. Haha! You look so dumb. I walk over to the sink and grab a paper towel. Oh, so that's how it's gonna be, huh? I dramatically wipe my hands as Sayori braces herself. Yep. Then so be it. I take the paper towel and attempt to shove it in Natsuki's face, but she swipes the towel out of my hands and throws it to the side. Hey! I slowly back up and put my hands up. It doesn't have to be like this! Natsuki ignores my call for truce and tries to swipe icing across my face again. See? Like, there's no need for that. This time I catch her wrist as she swoops in. She tries to fight back with her other hand, but I grab that one as well. Nah, stop! Only if you apologize for getting frosting on my face. You're the one that started it, but I only did it a little. And you spit it across my entire face. Now apologize. Fine, fine, I'm sorry. Thank you. Now apologize to me. I'm sorry as well. Thank you. Alright, that's it. I'd say I win this one. Oh yeah? Suddenly I feel a sharp pain in my right shin. I let go of Natsuki's wrist and stumble back. Ow, did you just kick me? I warned you. Ah, jeez. I hold my leg in pain as Natsuki stands triumphantly. Don't underestimate me. I'll fucking break your shins, Natsuki. We'll see who the real winner is. And never! We shall never surrender! Victory! Victory! Oh, actually, hang on, guys. The mosquito that I spotted in the previous episode is sitting on the wall there, and I'm gonna fucking destroy it. Oh! How do you feel now? Yeah, can you see it? There, do you see that tiny black thing on it? That's the fucking mosquito right there. Yeah, there, so. Yeah, look at the kill. You can't really see it because the camera doesn't focus, but you can see it. You can see the black, tiny black blob on it. I'll put it in the trash can for a second. Yeah. There. So sorry that I had to. Sorry for the interruption that I subjected you to my little mosquito murder attempt. But fuck mosquitoes. Fuck insects in general, but mosquitoes especially. The world would be better off without you guys. But I shall never surrender! That's where we were. Ah, I win. Well, I'll break your fucking shit. Do you want to keep that smile or do you want to keep your kneecaps, Natsuki? You may have won the battle, but not the war. If one kick can send you down, winning the war will be a piece of cake. I roll my eyes, inciting another laugh from Natsuki. Right, we should probably get back to work. Yeah, probably. Natsuki and I wipe our faces off and pick up where we left off. And scoop some icing into a separate bowl. Yeah, again, also, like, even when she wins, I don't even want to give her that satisfaction. When it's Sayori, it's in a completely different way. Where Sayori is actually cute. When she, you know, I remember in the Sayori rides, we also had, like, fights, or playful fights, with the gift bags and a bunch of other instances, also with that donuts in the very end of the last episode, or the final act. I mean, and then I also sometimes surrendered to Sayori, but those were fun surrenders. This is not a fun surrender. I don't want to give Natsuki that satisfaction. I immediately would kick her back. I know that's probably very horrible to say, but I would. Like, I would lay on the ground and I'd say, haha, and then like, I'll fucking kick right back. Like, shut up. You want to keep the smile or the fucking kneecaps, Natsuki? But yeah, with Sayori I also surrendered, but those were fun surrenders because she actually was being cute. when she did that. I scoop some icing in a separate bowl and color the rest of it a light pink. Natsuki pulls the batch of cupcakes out of the oven and puts the other batch in. Using the food coloring, I dyed the icing I set aside... What? I set aside black. What? Oh, I dye the icing I set aside black. Yeah, okay, I get it. I read, I dye the icing, comma, I set aside black. And I was like, what? But no, I dye the icing that I set aside black. That's what it says. Why'd you do that? For the kanji characters. Oh, okay. Finish up mixing the food coloring and then give it to me. Why? I'm gonna put that in the frosting bag, duh. She gestures towards the small plastic bags she brought with her. Alright. I quickly finish mixing the coloring and hand Natsuki the bowl. She scoops the icing into a bag and ties a thin nozzle around the ends. But this to the side for now. We still need the frost to frost the cupcakes before we can add the characters. Speaking of which, Natsuki brings a tray of cupcakes over to the table. Let's get started. Whew, all done. We both look triumphantly over the frosted trays of cupcakes. Yeah, they look pretty cute. Kind of fitting, seeing you're the one who made them. What's that supposed to mean? Oh please, we're not at school, it's not like anyone's judging you. Just admit you're cute. I'm not cute, that's 100% true, Natsuki, you're not. Sayori is, but you're not. Even Yuri is, but you're not. Whatever you say! Cut script excited to fight! Just focus on doing the characters. Jeez. Here, let me show you how to do it. Natsuki quickly teaches me how to use the frosting bags and we quickly get to work. Finally. Yeah, finally. It took us longer than expected, but we finally finished and placed them neatly in rows on trays. That was fun, I guess. What? You didn't have fun? No, I did. I just wasn't expecting it to take that long. It wouldn't have taken that long if we didn't have to go to the store. I said I'm sorry. Yeah. I just wish we'd had more time so we could read manga or something. But I really have to go home, and Dad's making dinner tonight. Ah, lucky, I'm on my own for dinner tonight. Frankly, I'm not really that hungry. I might just skip it. No! Natsuki's sudden outburst shocks me. I stare at her in disbelief. I mean, you shouldn't do that. You should always appreciate every meal you get. Wow, dinner must be really important to you. More than you can imagine. Growing up, we'd only really have family dinner when everyone was home. Considering both my parents worked a lot, it was a rare occurrence. Especially now. Natsuki and I sit in an awkward silence before she starts for her bag. I should get going. Right, I'll walk you out. Natsuki collects her things and I walk her outside. It felt like the afternoon flew by too quickly. However, it was nice spending time with her. Also, it feels like this went a lot faster than the route with Sayori and Yuri. Like, I felt like I spent much more time with Yuri making the aromatherapy thingies and or just the decorations, I mean. And with Sayori checking out the gift bags and stuff than doing this baking. It was an opportunity to get to know her better. Well, guess I'll see you then. It was fun cooking with you. Yeah, we should do it again sometime. Huh? I'm just saying, if you ever want to bake something, I'd be glad to help. That's... Natsuki steps closer and looks up to me. Her expression is tense, as if she's trying to hide her emotions. Really nice of you. I open my mouth to say something, but Natsuki quickly pulls away. I gotta go, bye! Bye. Natsuki quickly rushes off and I'm left alone. Guess I'd better get to cleaning. Alright, and then we have the festival, I believe. Yeah, it's the day of the festival. Yeah, I managed to carry all the cupcakes myself by carefully stacking the 4 trays in a box. Natsuki's already texting up the store, but I can't respond thanks to my hands being full. I smile, putting my phone away. What? No, what? Huh? What? Natsuki is already texting up a storm, but I can't respond thanks to my hands being full. I smell putting my phone away. Huh? What? If I had one hand to look at my phone, I could have replied. So, something doesn't match up here. Her personality even shows through her texts. Funnily enough, I probably feel the same way as Natsuki about the festival. I'm more excited for it to be over so I can spend time with Natsuki. Yeah, that's just the same line. But they've replaced Yuri with Natsuki or Sayori. But it sounds a bit weird. I feel the same way as Natsuki, so I can spend time with Natsuki. Like, you know, it sounds a bit weird. And knowing Monika, the event will probably be great too. It's been a while. Where's Sayori? We're meant to walk together, but she's late again. I don't want to leave her behind, but if she takes much longer, I'm going to be late for school. More time passes, there's going to be a moment of decision soon as she doesn't arrive. Just as I'm getting ready to leave, I finally spot her slowly making her way down the street. She's carrying a large sack in her hands, and I'm surprised she isn't running over to me. Isn't she aware of how late she is? Sayori, where have you been? We're gonna be late for school. Ah, I know, I'm sorry. I overslept again? Or couldn't decide what to have for breakfast again. She immediately pouts. You're such a meanie sometimes. Ah, you know my teasing is no good fun, right? She mumbles something under her breath. Of course. It looks like she's back to her normal self again. A definite relief, right? I just wanted to see Sayori. Let's skip. Yeah, put down a trays of cupcakes I'm holding and grab one of the pamphlets laid down on the desk. Natsuki bursts in the room, her school bag swinging wildly. Yuri trails in behind her carrying... Yeah, Yuri has the decorations. Mark! I jump out a sudden outburst. Yes ma'am! Where are the cupcakes? Don't tell me you forgot them. Is it normal to be scared by a tiny underclassmen girl? I mentally shake myself. I really got to get it together. Relax, they're right here. Just hold on a minute. I step over to where I put down the box of cupcakes. I begin unpacking the trays. Don't lay them out so messily. Quite the bossy little princess, huh? Then, if you wouldn't mind, Sayori, can you help me with these? Yuri gestures at her bag, to which Sayori nods cheerfully. I help Natsuki with the cupcakes while Yuri and Sayori start putting up decorations. Meanwhile, Monika continues putting down pamphlets. It isn't long before Natsuki has carefully arranged the cupcakes in a neat formation. Looks really good, if I say so myself. I'd have to agree, we make a pretty good team. Yeah, hey Mark, next time we do something like this, I can carry some trays too. It's totally fine with me, and my arms are longer too after all, so I can carry more. Still, we're a team, aren't we? I got to carry my weight too. I'm not some helpless damsel in distress, you know. Well, I knew that from the very second I met you, Natsuki, but alright. Or helpless... What the fuck? Suyo manga heroine? Whatever that may mean. Alright, mister, can it? As I laugh, I glance over at Sayori and Yuri. Yeah. Banner, kanji curtain. Everything looks super cool, we put super much effort into it, and everybody's gonna be a huge ass asshole that comes in. Yeah. Some just have to take the risk. Sure, it didn't go well, but there was always a chance that it wouldn't have ended like this. I mean, you've all been gonna send the best, right, Mark? You made the choice to come here. Look at how much you enjoy it. You never listen to us. Now I have to choose a side. Okay, yeah. Save for sure. I really don't want to choose Natsuki because she's not in the right here, in my opinion. So I am actually going to choose Monika. Actually, no. I already did that. I'll choose Natsuki, even though I do think Monika is right. And Natsuki should keep fucking mouth shut. I haven't... Otherwise, I'll end this series without having seen what happens when you select Natsuki here, so... For the sake of the completionist in me, I will choose Natsuki, but even though I do not agree with her, and I agree with Monika 100%. I really do hate taking sides like this. Monika's the president though, so I hope she won't take this personally. Monika, believe me when I say that I know this club means a lot to you. What? That I know this club means a lot to you, yeah, okay. I've only been here for a few days and I can already see that. In fact, it means a lot to all of us. Every one of us cares so much for the club that we were able to soldier on and keep performing despite all the crap we got. But at the same time, perhaps Natsuki has a point. You were clearly the most enthusiastic about this festival out of everyone here. She sighs and it's clear she's frustrated. It wouldn't surprise me if she was disappointed in us What? It wouldn't surprise me if she was disappointed in us either. Okay. Well, pardon me for wanting the club to do well. Why was everyone so against it? I didn't even force any of you. You agreed of your own accords. I thought you'd use the weekend to practice. That should have been plenty of time. The way you pushed us into it, it felt like we didn't have a choice. You guys didn't have to agree. Do you not know how to stand up for yourselves? Monika, you know how it is. It's hard enough as it is having to go against your friends, but when your friend is has such high expectations for everything on top of that, it's just easy to get swept up in trying to keep everyone happy. And on top of that, not everyone here is as outspoken as you. Exactly. But that's not the point. That's not the point anyhow. You all did fine in your first recitations during our club meeting. Everything should have gone well. It's just that we never could have expected that people would act this way. Yeah, exactly. And this is why I agreed with Monika and not with Natsuki. If the event had been a success, you can bet this conversation wouldn't be happening right now. Well, if we never decided to do anything for the festival, then we wouldn't have to worry about this crap anyway. But we had to do something for the festival. Do you just want the club to remain stagnant forever? Is this place just supposed to be some hangout for 5 people? There's a fierce glint in those green eyes. Now, and I'm almost afraid of speaking up. It seems like I'm the only one here who actually wants this club to do well. The only one who strives for greater heights. And how is anyone here ever going to see how amazing... What? How is anyone ever going to see how amazing what we've built is? Okay, yeah, there we go. If we never show it to anyone. What's wrong with the club being small? I'd rather have a few people who really care than a ton of idiots who are only here because of your popularity. Quality is more important than quantity after all. I'm sure the others would agree on that front as well. Suddenly Monika turns to face me. I won't lie, it's scary having to see the full force of the normally cool-headed and diplomatic leader's temper. Mark, with all due respect, you haven't even been here for a week. How would you of all people know what the other members want? Monika, Mark only means well. Sayori looks like she's about to say more, but one withering look from Monika stops her in her tracks. And I'm sure that many villains throughout history only meant well too. That's actually true. Now you're just being unfair. No, you know what's really unfair? What's unfair is the fact that I'm the one who always has to pick up the slack. I'm the one who has to take on the blame for all the mistakes. You think it's easy having to live up to everyone's expectations? Yeah, I want to go to the fucking Monika route because the story that they like write out for her in this mod is so interesting. Like, I feel it's such a shame that there is no Monika route. Because, you know, the way they write her story out in this mod is like that she has super strict overbearing parents that like judge absolutely everything that she does, and if she doesn't do what they want her to do, then they get super mad and whatever. And she has like the constant pressure from her parents to do all that stuff, and that's partly also why she wanted this festival to go well and why she's so angry right now. But and then also she has like the pressure from her parents, the pressure from the position she's in because of her parents, and you know, like to keep everything up, and everybody is expecting her to keep it up in that way. It's such a, and then like yeah, but she wants to do whatever. Maybe she wants to play piano, and then her parents don't want her to play piano, and that's just the passion that she wants to do, but her parents don't want her to do that because her parents want her to do this and that. So like, it's such an it's more interesting than that, but that might just mean that's probably my biased look against Natsuki. But it's more like I find that so much more interesting. Although I guess it's too much for you to understand, Natsuki. After all, you always heap the blame onto others and criticize everyone but yourself. Why don't you go do some introspection for once in your life? Then you might be able to see why you barely have any friends. Wow. Now it's Monika with the ridiculously overpowered mean comment like that, because it used to be Natsuki who said that when you choose to side with Monika. Look towards Yuri and Sayori for help, but both look understandably shocked by Monika's words. Natsuki's face has grown red, and it looks like she's starting to tear up despite her best attempts at keeping up a hostile look. Monika, on the other hand, is turned away so that I can't see her face. So Yuri and I exchange a series of looks and expressions as the silence stretches out. There's a veritable game of eyebrow charades going on between the three of us. None of us know what to say or how to break the silence, but we all know that someone has to do it. I'm relieved that I have the two of them to rely on here, though. They had to experience the disaster like the festival. What? They had to experience a disaster that was the festival too. And yet they're still fighting through their own emotions to try to keep the club together. The only sounds right now are the small sniffling noises coming from Natsuki. The longer the silence stretches, the harder it's going to be to break it. Somehow the three of us managed to soundlessly decide that it should be me to speak up. Why me? I mean, sure, but maybe together? Sayori, Yuri, please? But before I can do so, we're surprised by Monika finally interrupting the silence with a sigh. I shouldn't have said that. I was looking back on what I said, and well, if someone had said those things about me, I'd be upset to say the least. Depression just finally broke me, I guess. I really do have tons of things going on in my life. But it doesn't excuse my actions. I shouldn't assume things about your lives when I have no idea what struggles you're going through. Either. I don't expect you to forgive me anytime soon, but just know that I'm sorry. Monika is still turned away, but Sayori shoots me a hopeful look. I think it's safe to say that words were said that no one really intended. Tensions were obviously running high after the disaster of the festival that the festival turned out to be, and I guess everything just boiled over in the argument. I agree. It just goes to show how much we all care about the club and each other. If we didn't care, we wouldn't be feeling so horrible. Monika, you're really good at organizing these kinds of things. So I can really see why you wanted it to succeed the way you did. It's only normal. But you have to remember that we all choose to come here for a reason. And that's because we enjoy it here. We really do care. I'm sorry if it seems like we're blaming you for everything going wrong, because it's definitely no one's fault. Monika starts to slowly turn back to face us. But you have to admit that you were kind of harsh to Natsuki. He stops moving, causing Sayori to speed on through his speech. Anyway, I'm so glad you apologized to Natsuki in the end, because we're all friends here, and we all need to stick together. We shouldn't be fighting when we hit obstacles, we should be supporting each other. So I hope that you can find it in your heart to forgive her, Natsuki, even though she said some really mean things to you. And hopefully we can move on from this and become closer than ever. I couldn't have said it any better myself. Yes, I believe that the best thing we can do right now is to try to forgive each other and learn from this experience. Monika faces us now, looking at each of us in the eye. Natsuki misses her gaze, still looking down at the ground with tear-streaked cheeks. You guys, thank you all for being the best club members I could wish for. Now that I've thought about it, it really is me who's in the wrong here. I should have just accepted you guys weren't quite into the festival idea as I was. It was wrong for me to push you into something you weren't comfortable with. Well, that's all said and done now, so no use crying over spilled milk, right? No, a good president wouldn't have pressured their people into doing this. Looking back, how could I have been so selfish and blind? Everyone has mentality lapses of judgment, and you shouldn't blame yourself for that. I'm with Yuri on that. After all, you made this lovely club for all of us, and we really owe it to you for that. And Natsuki, I'm truly sorry for what I said. I was just jumping to conclusions and making false assumptions. Plus, we're all your friends, although I wouldn't blame you if you don't want to call me a friend anymore. We all await with bated breath for Natsuki's answer. I exchanged nervous glances with Yuri and Sayori, the latter of the two actually looking like she's holding her breath. Natsuki quickly wipes the tears off her face with her sleeves. She looks smaller than ever and so alone. It makes me want to protect her more than ever. Really? Whatever, it's fine. The only thing I ask... She looks down at the floor, then to her right, and then at the ceiling. It's as if she's hoping for the right words to appear in front of her. The only thing I want is for us to stop fighting. I come to this club to get away from all that junk, and I don't want things to be ruined. So yeah, if it'll make things go back to normal, I'll forgive you. Sayori gets a little hop in excitement when Natsuki says that, and I can't help but sigh in relief as well. Monika smiles gently at Natsuki, who finally meets her eyes. Thank you for putting the club above your own feelings, Natsuki. Yeah, I don't think I'm wrong in saying that we all appreciate it. You guys should hug it out! I get that it must have taken a lot to say that, so I'm truly grateful for that. Monika reaches out to hug Natsuki, but the smaller girl flinches away. Oh, sorry. I should have known that it'd be so soon. No, well, it's fine. Natsuki makes an attempt at smiling at Monika. It may take some time for reconciliation. It may take time for reconciliation to be finished with. But I'm happy that everyone is trying their best. Yeah. Reconsideration can take a long time. No, that's not quite right. Well, close enough. And with that, the spell holding us all in place seems to have broken. Any of you staying to check out the rest of the festival? No, I'm feeling quite exhausted after the emotional stress we've had to endure. Me too. All I want to do right now is take a long nap. Same here, honestly. Yeah, well, we still have to clean up the classroom, though. We all grimly turn to face the mess that the visitors have left behind. I'm really not looking forward to cleaning it up. Oh, do we have to? So Yuri, you don't want to betray our club advisor's trust now, do you? Ah, why are you always right, Yuri? Everyone chuckles a bit, with even Natsuki betraying a smile on her face. I'm sure that it's less than it looks. So I think it's fine for us. Wow, holy crap. So I think that it's fine if some of us leave early. Hey Mike, how about you walk Natsuki home for a change? I'm sure that Sayori is sick of your company by now. It's sweet of Monika to let Natsuki off the hook like that, and in such a casual way too. This way it doesn't look like she's babying her or anything. Hey, no fair! I want to go home too! Sayori pretends to pout for a bit, but quickly regains a smile on her face. Come on guys, the faster we get to work, the faster we'll get to go home. After exchanging goodbyes, I walk out the classroom with Natsuki. Okay, wow, and now I don't even stay behind to clean up. It's surreal to hear the sounds of chatter and laughter floating towards us from the rest of the festival after everything that just took place. A silence falls between us. I'm not quite sure whether I should try to cheer her up or just leave her alone with her thoughts. I spot a vending machine at the end of the hall, and I decide on the former. Here, you want a snack? A little sugar always cheers me up when I'm feeling down. Sure, I guess. What do you want? It doesn't really matter, but chocolate's pretty good. I approach the vending machine, digging change out of my pockets. Within a few moments, a solid thunk sounds from the bottom of the machine. I hand her the bar of chocolate. I just picked one of my favorites, so I hope we have similar tastes. White chocolate, not bad. Why? White chocolate is my least. No, that's not true. Pure chocolate is my least favorite because it's a bit too bitter for my taste. I do like it, but it's my least favorite. Favorite is milk, brown milk chocolate with nuts in them. Loads of nuts. I watch as she carefully places the snack into her bag. You're not gonna eat it? My question seems to start on Natsuki, and I feel a bit bad when she jumps a bit. I guess she's still feeling a little shaky. No, I kind of like to savor things for my own time. In my own time. Not a bad idea. I tend to blow through snacks and stuff myself. I guess I like to try to make things last as long as possible. That's pretty understandable. With that, another silence falls over us, but this time it's a comfortable silence. We walk together side by side in a bubble of companionship that seems to include just the two of us that makes the festival a distant reality. It isn't until we've reached the school entrance that I break the silence again. Which way are you headed? I'm going that way. I point to my left, causing Natsuki to give me a wry smile. I'm in the opposite direction. Oh well, guess I'll see you tomorrow then. Mark? It's okay if I keep coming to the club, right? What do you mean? Of course you can. I mean, we're all going to be expecting you back there. Never mind. See ya. At that, she rolls around and darts away, leaving behind nothing more than confusion and yeah, what the hell? Well, I guess I'll ask her about it tomorrow, but for now it's time to make the trek home. Although now I think about it, there's nothing for me back home except anime and video game. Well, that's more than enough. That's more than enough. I'll probably spend the night stewing over that question then. Morning already. I got a phone for my alarm clock. Man. Oh, I can skip this? Oh yeah, I think about that it's... Hang on, it's Saturday. As the realization hits me, all the nervous tension drains out of my body, leaving me slouched over and exhausted. Yeah, and then I go to the... what the hell? I go to the library, I believe. Yeah, library, yeah. And then I spot Monika there. Oh, hey Monika. Hello, Mark. She smiles. Didn't expect to see you at the library. Well, I had to study, but didn't think I'd be able to get anything done at home. Oh, is that so? Anyway, see you later. Bye. But since I'm here, maybe I should do some reading. Pull out Portrait of Markov. Nice. I quickly flip where I left off last night and begin reading. It's really quite a captivating book. If all the novels Yuri reads are like this, I can see why she's so absorbed in them all the time. Although I can't help but feel the itch to read manga in the back of my mind. No! Resist! Read Portrait of Markov! It's like an addiction at this point. I can't help but prefer manga to prose novels. I'm in the middle of a chapter when I feel a tap on my shoulder. Oh, hi Natsuki. What's up? Oh, nothing much, just doing some reading. Yeah, half expected you to be at home playing video games. No, that's my plan for tomorrow. Natsuki chuckles. Now what are you doing here? Oh, I was just checking this out. Natsuki holds up the novel she has in her hands. Red Autumn Rise. Hey, I used to read that. Really? Yeah, I actually have the first couple of volumes at home. Well, this is only the first one. Actually, do you want to borrow my manga then after you're done? I mean, it's not like you really need to do that since I can just go to the library. Oh well, suit yourself, but it is more convenient to do that, cause I would have to walk all the way here. So, you know what? Just text me when you need one. Yeah. I mean, if that's what you want to do. Wanna sit down? Fine. I'm gonna get this started anyway. Natsuki takes a seat next to me, and we both start reading our respective books. I occasionally look over to see where Natsuki is in the volume. I vaguely remember what happens in the series, but seeing it again, the memories start coming back. What are you looking at? Natsuki's voice suddenly snaps me out of my thoughts. Oh, nothing. I go back to Portrait of Markov. Out of the corner of my eye, I notice Natsuki peeking at me. Calling me out for peeking when she peeks at me. A bit hypocritical, don't you think? You know, I'm actually kind of thirsty. I'm gonna grab a drink. Want anything? Yeah, I can get, Actually, you'll probably just end up getting me the wrong one. I'll come with you. Alright. Ah, the vending machine. Here comes some of life's greatest choices. Eventually... What? Oh, home! Home to some of the life's greatest choices. Eventually I settle on a lemon lime soda. Although my decision was fairly quick. The same can't be said for Natsuki, who looks both irritated and thoughtful at the same time. You look like someone who's trying to choose how to... You look like someone who's trying to choose a house to buy, you know? Big decision, isn't it? Oh, shut up! I chuckle a bit at Natsuki as Natsuki continues to look. You know, when you said I would end up getting you the wrong one, I thought that you meant you knew what you wanted. Well, they don't have what I wanted here, okay? Jeez. To say this outburst was unexpected would be a bit of an understatement. Instinct tells me that I should apologize, even though I don't really think I was that rude. I'm sorry? Natsuki gives me a slightly flustered look. It's fine. Although I am paying for it. So I think I have some sort of right to tease. Natsuki huffs and turns back to the machine. Her eyes dart back and forth a bit before she sighs. Okay, I'll just take this one, cause I really don't care. I just want to read. Natsuki presses some buttons and her soda drops out of the bottom of the machine. Drinks in hand, we make our way back to the table. Or at least we would if there weren't some students sitting at our table. It's a boy and a girl, and based on how the guy has his arm around the girl, definitely dating. What are they doing here? Natsuki quietly mouths a question to me. No idea. I take my seat and pop off the table to my... What? I take my seat and pop off the tap of my soda. After taking a swig, I return to Portrait of Markov. The eye on the cover stares ominously back at me. A chill runs down my spine and I can't help but feel uneasy. Maybe I should have read manga like usual. No, come on! I look over to Natsuki and her own manga. Natsuki sits with her legs crossed, holding her volume up by her face. There's an awkwardness in the air that keeps distracting me despite my attempts at ignoring it. I sneak glances over to the couple. They're both reading out some large book, possibly a textbook. Not exactly my idea of a date, but hey, whatever works. We're just about to ignore them and carry on reading until the girl's voice suddenly rings out. Hey, I think I've seen you guys before. We both look up at her. Although she claims to recognize us, I don't think I've seen her before. That festival you guys held, you know, for your poetry thing. Natsuki's look of anger swiftly prompts me to respond. Oh, right. What exactly I meant to say here? Talk about an awkward situation. You guys make a cute couple. She smiles sweetly. That came out of nowhere. No way. We're just friends, jeez. They both chuckle, seeing Natsuki so flustered. Ah, shame. You'd make a cute couple. The girl cuts Natsuki off. Okay, babe, we should get going. The guy nods and packs up the book. They both quickly head out to the door, leaving Natsuki and I bewildered. I look over at her. She has an expression that's half confusion and half embarrassment. Well, that just happened. Yeah. Even with them gone, the awkward feeling in the air still remains. But at least it's easier to focus now. I tried to pick off where I stopped. Pick up where I stopped? No, pick off where I stopped. After a couple of minutes of reading, I start getting into my book, and the embarrassment begins to fade away. The outside world starts to drown out as I become more and more interested in the story. I stay like this until I finish the chapter, to which I finally come back to reality. Snap back to reality! Closing the volume, I look up at Natsuki, equally invested in the manga she's reading. Almost done, just a couple pages. Looks like you're pretty invested. Yeah, it's alright. The characters aren't really that likable so far. I don't remember liking any of them when I started it too. At least some of them do the right things when it counts. Hey, spoilers! Sorry. That kinda just slipped out. Anyway, do you still want the second volume? Sure. Alright, I'll bring it on Monday. I don't get how you can prefer that creepy book Yuri gave me over manga. Parfait Girls is probably way more interesting. Well, I can't deny that it's creepy, but you should give it a shot. It's actually pretty intriguing. I'll pass, I don't like horror, so... How about this? I'll read Parfait Girls if you read Portrait of Markov. Now we're getting there. I don't know, maybe. Natsuki glances at the clock. I gotta go. Alright, see you Monday, Natsuki. Yeah, bye. Natsuki puts the volume in her bag and heads off for the door. As I continue reading my book, I can't help but crack a smile at the thought of sharing my manga with her on Monday. Here we go, Act 2. Patience. Actually... Oh yes, the universal S. And then we have... It's still pink, but it's a different pink. It has the Sayori background with the clouds. Was that hot air balloon always there? I don't think there was a hot air balloon there. The clouds were there, but then Sayori's one was blue. Alright, anyway, I'll end it off here. Hope you Romans enjoyed it. Click the like button if you did. Subscribe to join the Roman army, and I'll see you in the next one. See you later, Romans. Valete.